We are starting with the second lecture on trigonometry, which is about non-right angle triangle. Now, when we talk about non-right angle triangle, first of all, let me draw a triangle. I've drawn a base. I have drawn one of the side like this. I have drawn another side like this. Now, it doesn't make a difference. It's isosceles or whatever. That doesn't make a difference at all. This is A, this is B, this is C. So A, B, and C, they are the vertices of a triangle. And if I mark these vertices can also become the angle. And then we have small a, small b, small c. These are sides opposite to the angles. So this is A, this is B, this is C over here. Now, first of all, Pythagoras theorem is no more valid. Simple sine, simple cosine, simple tangent, opposite over hypotenuse, adjacent over hypotenuse, opposite over adjacent, all these things, they are no longer valid. So this is out. Now, in this particular question, we would be using something known as sine rule. We would be using something known as cosine rule. And we will be using a special formula for area of triangle. These are the three things that we will be using. So let me grab this diagram. Let me go to the next page. And let me add some more pages to it so that we can try out the questions. Now, first of all, let me paste it over here. And let me first talk about sine rule. So if I talk about sine rule, the rule says the ratio of an angle to its opposite side. Angle, opposite side, angle, opposite side, angle, opposite side. That's the first thing. This is the prerequisite. If this is the case, then it says that sine A over A equals to sine B over B equals to sine C over C. That is what we need to use. A and sine A, B and sine B, C and sine C. So now, this is how we will use it. We have to be sure that this relationship should be true. If all the signs are at the top, all the sides will be at the bottom. It can also be written as A over sine of A, B over sine of B, C over sine of C. This is perfectly good. Doesn't make a difference. Now, what is the scenario? The scenario is there are two possible options. I'm given angle A, side A, angle B, side B. If this is given, this is given, this is given, I can find this. So this is one option. Similarly, I have the other option, that is angle A, side A, angle B, side B. What is given? This is given, this is given, this is given, this is unknown. We can work it out. That means, let me write it down. Two sides are given and two angles over here. Two angles are given and one side is given. You can find the side opposite to one of the angles, or two sides and one angle is given. So you can find the remaining angle. Let me also change the wording over here. I can write, you can find the remaining side. And over here, let me just remove this. Let me write it clearly so you can find the remaining angle. This is a must. That is the relationship between side and opposite angle, side and opposite angle, side and opposite angle. This is the rule for sine rule. There is no compromise on this. There are two variations, this variation and this variation. Now, let me give you a question. Actually, I'll solve it, but let me just label it. So something like this, and like this. Let's say this is side 6 centimeter, and this angle is 30 degrees. This is angle 120 degrees, and this is angle side A. So I don't label any letters. This is just like that. As long as it makes sense, 6 centimeter and 30, they are opposite. 120 degrees and A, they are opposite. So I'll write sine of 120 degrees divided by A. I'll write sine of 30 degrees divided by 6, and these two are equal. As simple as this. So therefore, make A the subject, that is 6 sine 120 divided by sine of 30 degrees, and then using a calculator, we will get this answer. So what was given? Two angles in one side. You find the remaining side. Similarly, another option, let me draw another diagram like this, and then over here, and then over here. If we have, let me draw it correctly. So we have, let's say, this time, two sides are given. So this is 8 centimeter. This is 12 centimeter. Opposite to 8 is, let's say, hold for a second, let me just do the thing. So this is 5 centimeter. This is 60 degrees. This is alpha. This is beta. Now, more of an exam type question. If first of all, I know that alpha plus beta plus 60 equals to 180. Therefore, alpha plus beta is 120 degrees. That's the first thing. Using sine rule, I can relate 5 and alpha. I can relate 60 and 8. That means if the objective is to find beta, I cannot find it directly. I first need to find alpha first. So therefore, I'll write a sine of 60 divided by 8. That equals to sine of alpha divided by 5. So therefore, if I write 5 sine 60 divided by 8 is sine alpha. Therefore, alpha is sine inverse of this thing. 5 sine 60 is 0.8660 divided by 8. And then you will find alpha. Therefore, beta plus alpha is 120 degrees. Hence, you will find the value of beta. So I hope this is all good, all clear. These are some examples of sine rule. So let me write it down. These are worked examples of sine rule. Now, let me go to cosine rule. So now let me draw this thing. First of all, again, a base, and then another side, and then a third side like this. And this is for worked examples, and this is non-right angle. So let me also write over here. That is for sine rule. Sine rule, it's worked examples, and this time now we are interested in cosine rule. And the next page would be examples of cosine rule. Okay? Worked examples of cosine rule. Now, first of all, let me just grab this diagram, and I'll be needing it for the next page also. So let me paste it over here. And let me paste it over here. Now, first of all, let me again label A, and then B, and then C. Opposite to A is A, opposite to B is B, opposite to C is C. So now the rule is, there are, first of all, let me write with perspective to one of the sides. For example, if I want to write with respect to A, so I'll write A square is B square plus C square minus bracket 2BC cosine of A. So I'm writing it with the perspective of two sides and an included angle. So if this thing is there, two sides and included angle, you can find the third side. This is one option. So therefore, two sides and included angle, you can find the third side. So you have C, you have B, you have this angle. Let me label it. So you can find opposite to A, which is A. Simple formula. What if I rearrange the formula and I write A square minus B square minus C square divided by 2BC negative? This is equals to cosine of A. Now I have three sides. So let me write it down. Now I have three sides given. Find angle opposite to one of the side. Now, if I'm interested in angle A, I would write it from this perspective. So what's in front of angle A? That is A. So the formula, the same formula would be written in such a way that cosine A becomes the subject. You can either plug in the values, then make the subject. You can make the subject, then plug in the values. That's your choice. A square minus B square minus C square divided by negative 2BC. So since we are looking for A, it's written with respect to A. Let's say if we were looking for B, so it will be written, we are looking for this angle B, we would be writing with respect to this B. B square minus A square minus C square over negative 2AC. These two would appear over here with a negative sign. So that is how this will be used. Two sides, included angle, you can find the third side opposite to this angle. Three sides given, find any angle opposite to one of the side. Now let's solve this. Let me use blue color first. And then over here, I'll be using the purple color. And for a second, let me just pull this down. Okay, now first of all, this is, let's say, 6 centimeter. This is 8 centimeter. This is 150 degrees. And I'm interested in this side. Let's call it PQR. So I'm interested in QR. That is opposite of P. So this is two sides and included angle. What are we looking for? We are looking for the third side, which is QR. So QR, the whole thing square, that equals to 6 square, 8 square, minus 2 into 6 into 8 into cosine of 150 degrees. Actually, let me make it 120 for simplicity. Simplicity from my perspective, not your perspective. So that I remember this value and I can work it out. 6 square is 36. 8 square is 64. Minus 2 as it is, 6 as it is, 8 as it is. Cosine of 120 is negative half. Remember this thing. Cosine of obtuse angle is negative. So this negative outside, this negative inside, it will cancel out. This 2 will cancel out with this half. And what am I left with? This is 36. This is 64. 6 8s are 48. That is positive. This is equals to QR square. So this is QR, the whole thing square. Hence, you can make QR the subject. That's the square root of everything. That is 148. And then you will get the answer. All good? All clear? Now, another one. This time, we are interested in 3 sides. Given, find any angle. Let's say this is 5 centimeter. This is 7 centimeter. This is 10 centimeter. We are focusing on this angle. Now, this angle, let me call it theta. So we will write from the perspective of 10. 10 square is equals to 5 square plus 7 square minus 2 into 5 into 7 into cosine of theta. This is 100. This is 25. This is 49 minus 2 5s are 10. That is 70 cosine theta. 100 minus 25 minus 49 is equals to negative 70 cosine theta. So let me grab the calculator. 100 minus 25 minus 49, that is equals to 26. So 26 over negative 70 is cosine theta. If we are getting a positive sign, theta will be acute. If we are getting a negative sign overall, theta would be obtuse. So since there is a negative sign over here, therefore theta would be cosine inverse of negative 26 over 70, and then we will get this answer. So we'll stop our working over here. That is the application of cosine rule. That is the application of sine rule. And this is all about non-right angle trigonometry. In the next class, we will start with the past paper questions. Take care.